Hello there, guys, and welcome to Daily Updates. Naledi Pandor is not happy about the comments that were made by the leader of the economic freedom fighters, Mr. Julius Malema, when he said that Naledi Pandor's name is there on the VBS bond or something. So this comment did not sit well with Naledi Pandor because she took it personal, going as further as involving the lawyers on the matter, demanding a public apology from the leader of the economic freedom fighters, Mr. Julius Malema. Before we go to today's comments by Naledi Pandor, here is a video of Julius Malema just to refresh our mind on what Julius Malema said in regards to Naledi Pandor and the VBS. Please watch.
Which he got. Naledi Pandor was also in the VBS bond or something, she was there. They are your darlings. You will never know their names.
Since the comments by Julius Malema were made in regards to VBS and Naledi Pandor, she took it very personal. She wanted to clear her name, making sure that she's not involved anywhere with VBS. She had nothing to do with it. She had no bond, no nothing. So basically, she wanted to clear her name and even going as further as calling on the 702, demanding the right for reply on what Julius Malema said. It seems like after doing that, they involved the lawyers because Naledi Pandor actually says that I involved my lawyers on the matter. And they were communicating with the lawyers of Julius Malema, but the main point was that Julius Malema must go on public and retract and apologize for the comments that he put out in relation to Naledi Pandor and the VBS. Please listen to what Naledi Pandor said today in regards to the matter of Julius Malema, VBS, Naledi Pandor. She had an interview on Newsroom Africa, and she has this to say.
Well, I've issued a public statement today which fully sets out what has happened. My lawyers wrote to the lawyers of Mr. Malema, calling on Mr. Malema to publicly apologize because what he had said was a lie. I do not have a loan. Never have I applied for a loan from VBS. I don't even know where the VBS office is. Secondly, Mr. Malema failed to act into the deadline we had set for him to publicly apologize. What my lawyers received was a response from his lawyers, a response from which I have quoted in the media statement I released this morning. He has said he meant me no harm, and while the words were harsh, I should take it that he meant no harm. He also undertakes that he'll never make such a statement again, but he doesn't say that he lied. He says it was part of political discourse. This is what his lawyers are saying. So in a sense, he's admitting that actually this was a dishonest offense to me. And it really impaired my dignity. And I wish he had had the courage to stand up publicly and say he was wrong. From the letter from his lawyers, it's clear that that is what he's saying. But he doesn't have the courage to come back to the public stage and say it himself. And I'm really quite disappointed in him, but I'm not surprised.
So Naledi Pandor basically says that Julius Malema meant no harm and he's not going to do that again. This seems like an indication to say that I know what I said and probably some of those things that I said were not truthful. So Naledi Pandor seems like she's sticking by her guns, saying that I know I'm not involved in the VBS. Don't get me wrong. We know a lot of ANC people, some of them are involved in the VBS, and corruption is one of their biggest category. When you categorize some of these comrades, you must categorize them under corruption. But in the case of Naledi Pandor, it seems like she's sticking by her guns. She says that I was never involved with the VBS. I never had a bond. I never had any relation with the VBS. Now the question is, where could the CIC have gotten this information? Because the way he said it, it was like he knows for sure that there is something. But we do know that where there is smoke, there is fire. But in the case of Naledi Pandor, it seems like she says that whether you say that there is smoke or fire, I'm sticking by my guns. I was not involved. And I'm demanding that you go publicly and apologize and say that you are retracting those words because they are not truthful. Will Julius Malema apologize? Will Julius Malema go on public and say that I am retracting those words? I don't think so. I don't think it is going to go that far. And I think maybe Julius Malema is busy with the issue of Dr. Tlhophe, because Dr. Tlhophe at the moment is fighting to be in the JSC. Now, the DA and other organizations are preventing Dr. Tlhophe to go and play a role in the JSC, saying that an impeached judge cannot go and select or interview other judges to be able to go on the benches. Now, it is a very difficult one, and according to the reports, Julius Malema was part of those people who were standing with the matter of MK Party and Judge Tlhophe, saying that we cannot go on while MK Party and Judge Tlhophe are trying to challenge the judgment that said that he must stand aside while the JSC interviews continues without him. Now, they are saying that while he was part of the people that were selected in parliament to go to the JSC, so now why would they now come and say that he's not supposed to be part of it? They are trying to challenge that issue. The ANC is not part of it. It's saying that, well, we are not challenging anything, but the DA says that not under our watch, Judge Tlhophe will not be part of this. The judiciary so far has said that we are continuing on the 7th of October with or without Judge Tlhophe. As Julius Malema is dealing with those issues, on the other side, Naledi Pandor says, I demand a public apology. The lawyer says, here's what Julius Malema says. He's not going to repeat it. It was unfortunate. It was just part of the political episode that is going on in South Africa. So he meant no harm. But it looks like Naledi Pandor says, whether you meant harm, whether you did not mean harm, all I need is the same way you went and said those things, you must go again and say that I retract, I apologize for those unfortunate words. Will the CIC go and apologize? I don't think so. I think he might go through the lawyers and do that, but to go on public and say that I apologize, I still don't think so. We watch to see that. How is it going to pan out? Is Naledi Pandor going to push this matter as far as wanting Julius Malema to apologize, or that letter, that communication from Julius Malema's lawyers, will it be enough? We wait to see that. Anyway, guys, thank you for tuning into the channel, and until next time, cheers.
Under my watch, Tlhophe will never do that. I'm not a sellout. I rather die and be a free man in my grave than live as a puppet or a slave. Not a Tlhophe. Not a Tlhophe. Ukube siyadayisa ngabe sesihleli lapha ku-GNU. Gijima nangusathane. Gijima. Ngabe sesingenile phakathi kusathane. Kumnandi la. Isikhathi sihambile sekuzovala inkulumo. Kuningi osekwenzekile u-MK. Ngivela bekukhona i-conference ibikhona for 3 days, sa-adopta ne-constitution, sesinayo manje umgwaqo-seko, usukhona ne-code ye-discipline. Ukhona umnye ubaba nje lapho beshawuta lapha emuva, sizomkhalela uma yimember ye-MK. Yebo, asidlali ku-MK, i-discipline. Kukhona izinto ezimbili engifuna ukuthi nginenzele i-attention yenu kuzona, ezingamacala ku-MK. Eyokuqala, uphatha isikhali in a restricted area njengalena. Mawuthi uphethe okaphi nje lana zoba senkingeni ke-MK. Asizolinda ukuthi uzugwaza umuntu. Asiyiphathi ikhali endaweni enje uzokwaza ba. Why do you want to stab anyone? Right. Mawuphethe isibhamu sakho noma isikhali sakho, ngoba phela ikhona ilento inswela boya phandle. Beka lapha emotweni yakho. Kukhona i-security la naba abantu abane-right yokuphatha ibhamu. Nabanye eduze kwamukela ngikhombisa ngoba uma ungithinta izona. Ngiyakushaya okaphi. Siyanicela udlama silufune. Yebo. Ikhali ningayiphathi endaweni enje e-restricted. Kuhlonishwana. Mawuphethe ummese noma isibhamu noma yini, nami nginazo ibhamu. Kodwa ayiphathwa lana. Usishiye emotweni yakho noma usicelele enkosini.